Hello everyone, in this video I'll be sharing with you the Everest Titanium 2026 4x2. Okay guys, so this is the 2.0 liter turbo diesel engine. So as you notice, it's only just a 2 liter engine, so not that big in size, but the power output is 170 to 180 horsepower and the torque output is around 410 to 420. So basically it's one of the leading SUVs in the mid market. And then you have your under the hood here you have your coolant. This is for your water sprinkler, as much as possible distilled water. Then here you have your snorkel, okay, and then in this area you have your battery, basically good for 1 year with a 1-year warranty, and you have your fuse box and computer box. So basically that's it for the under the hood. You can see your belt, and this is a wet belt also. Okay, so as you'll notice, for the exterior of the Ford Everest Titanium, this unit is color Equinox Bronze. So it's a little bit brown or bronze-ish in color. But here in the hood, you'll notice you have your muscular aerodynamic design, squarish, so very American, since this is a little bit molded to the F-150 with your C-clamp daytime running lights. Okay, so here your C-clamp daytime running lights. This is for your turn signals. This is for your LED headlights and LED high beam. And then down here, you have your LED fog lamps with your chrome trim. And as you can see, you have your front sensors for the Everest Titanium 4x2. And then down here, you have some of your tow hooks also on the other side. So for the front grille, well, obviously the titanium, it has chrome accents all throughout the unit, especially the front grille, and you have your big, very classic Ford logo. So for the side profile of your Ford Everest Titanium, obviously it's a little bit bigger than most Japanese SUVs here in the Philippines. It's a little bit wider. So very similar in size to the Toyota Land Cruiser. But yeah, here you have your 20 inches dual tone or two-tone mags and tires. So this is already Goodyear tires, so good for long drives and for city driving. You have your 6 lug nuts and disc brakes already in front, same as in the rear. You have your mud flaps and your this is your exhaust vent for the hood, obviously chrome trimmed already. This is actually functional also. So with your hot air from the under the hood, this is where you can have it exhausted. So here you have your side mirrors, chrome, obviously, since this is the titanium, your turn signal indicators, and down here you have your paddle lamps for when it's already dark, at least you have some light helping you. This is your titanium in chrome also. And what's nice about this one is your step board is already anti-slip. So you have your spikes in the step board to avoid any kind of slip or unnecessary accident. So chrome trim all throughout the unit, also in your door handle. So for your door handles, this is the unlock and this is for the lock, as long as you have the key fob with you. And then for your roof rail, it's not chrome, but it's like a matte light gray. So yeah, what's nice about this one is your chrome is all throughout here, and then it's like a boomerang or a knife design. And speaking of a knife design, you have your butter knife. You have your butter knife here. So butter knife aerodynamic design. So this color, the Equinox Bronze, Mostly the target market is for a little bit elderly, but if you're young and you want this one, well, I can help you in finding a unit. So your suspension for the rear is a independent multi-link suspension. Obviously, the Ford Everest is known for the ride smoothness and of course for top quality. So yeah. In the rear of your Ford Everest Titanium, well, you have your boxy design. As I mentioned, it's a little bit wider than most SUVs here in the Philippine market. So here, just to give you a tour, you have your third brake light, and obviously here you have your brake lights, and then this one, even though it's part of the tailgate, this is also lighting, so it's very nice, especially at night. It's like a Mustang design. You have your tail lights, so these are LED, and this one, it comes in somewhat of a enclosed with hard plastic, so it protects the Everest wording inside. Of course, you have your classic Ford logo, and down here you have your rear camera. So this one, it does not come with your 360 camera, so only one camera in the rear, but you have your front sensors and rear sensors. Your rear sensors are here, this one and this one, of course, both sides, and then you have your rear fog lamps. So since this is the titanium, you also have your automatic tailgate. So this is if your third row seats are folded down. Okay. So here you have your tie downs, 1, then here 2, 3, 4, so both sides. Of course, you have some light just in case, and then for your third row seats you have your cup holders, and even here you have your cup holders, and you have your 12 volts inverter there. So for the 4x2, the third row seats are still manual, so you can pull them up or you can push them down from the trunk area, so meaning from here. And then your emergency tools are here. So have your jack, your tire wrench is here down, and this is your early warning device. And then this is where you can access your spare tire, which is steel. Here you have small compartment for some documents or probably outdoor equipment or other additional emergency tools. And then to close this one, you can do it manually, but you also have your button here for the closing. And then it will show you the brake light, so it's very nice. Okay, so probably this is already low bat. Okay, so going inside your Ford Everest Titanium, well, obviously, since this is our top-of-the-line variant, you have your blacked out roof, ceiling, and then blacked out leather seats. So very fine leather seats, very elegant in design. So let me start off here in the door. So obviously your door handle is this one. So it's this one. You don't have your door handle here anymore. Sometimes when it becomes old, it's a little brittle. Here, it's much more sturdy, and it feels much better when you're opening and closing your door. Lock and unlock of the unit and the gas tank. So if you have to unlock your gas tank at the gas station, you just click unlock to unlock all the doors as well as the gas tank. Since you don't have it here anymore, wala na yung hinihila. Okay, and then here, you have for your windows, obviously, this is to adjust the side mirrors. So if you like to adjust the left one, click this, then adjust, right, adjust. And then this is to lock the windows so that nobody can open or close the windows. And then this one is to fold the side mirrors electronically, even in transit. So meaning even if you're going through a tight space, you can click this to close the side mirrors so that you can pass through easily. So here you have some bottle holders or some areas for some of your things, some of my emergency things. This is where I also put them. And then here is So you can pop the hood. Adjust this. Pop the hood. And then this one, you have some of your controls here. This is to open the rear. So I'll click this. And then the rear. Okay. And then if I click this again, it will close. Then it will give you a sign. Okay. And then here, you have some of your options for your headlights. So this is the headlight options. You twist this, so if it's here, it's off. This is parking lights, this is automatic headlights, and then this is the headlights. And then once some of your lights are open, you can activate your front fog lamps and your rear fog lamps. This is for the brightness of the instrument cluster and of the infotainment touchscreen. And then this one is for the headlight leveling. So just in case you are fully loaded, if your unit is fully loaded, so it's like this, your headlights are going towards the eye level of the cars across from you, so that's dangerous. So it's better to lower your headlights using this one. And then to adjust the steering wheel, it's here. And to adjust the driver seat, you have your adjustments here. So it's electronically already. So rear, front, down, up for the back. And this is for the lower back or for the lumbar support. So just here and here, which is here. Okay, so getting inside of your Ford Everest Titanium. Obviously, this is the top of the line. Let me start the unit. Okay, so 6 inches digital instrument cluster. And then, so yeah, to control the instrument cluster, you can use the buttons here. Very easy to use, very user-friendly. And then these are the buttons for the cruise control. This is for your volume, and then this is for the voice command. So yeah, signal lights and high beam, and then this one is for your wipers. So very easy to use. Okay, everything will be demonstrated in the release of the unit. So this one is already electrically power assisted, so very light when you're driving this vehicle, especially if you compare this to most Japanese brands like Toyota, Fortuner, like the Terra, which is still hydraulic steering. This one is already electric power assisted. Then here you have your 12 inches digital touch screen. So here most of the time you can pair your phone, so some of your apps that you want to use in your phone, you can have it shown here, like your Waze, like your Spotify, like Telegram, or even Zoom. But we just don't play videos here for safety purposes. Here you can control your aircon also. So aircon controls. Then down here, aircon controls also, on and off. Hazard, volume, volume adjust. Yeah, very self-explanatory also. Then here you have your wireless charging. And here you have your wire charging for Type-C and USB type. There. So your gear shifter, you have your manual mode. And then down here, you have your electric park brake. So if you pull this, it's like you're activating the park brake. If you're pressing this, it's like you're releasing the park brake. These are your buttons for your traction control. This is not applicable anymore, the parking assist, it's removed. And then this one is for your driving modes. So if I click this, you can see the driving modes change. So from normal, you have your eco mode, you have your towing or hauling, and then you also have your slippery mode. So mostly it's better to keep this in eco mode if you're in the city, although the engine will not be that responsive. But if you're going for long drives, that's when you can also use your normal mode. Okay, so here you have some compartments. So very standard. For the titanium variant, you have your ambient lighting. It will be shown here, there. And then you have your auto dimming, rear view mirror. Okay, let me fix that. Then here are your controls for the lights. For the lights here. And then this one is for the moonroof. So if I want to open the curtain of the moonroof, I just click this one. It will stop in the middle, and then I can click it again to go to the end. And then for the window, this is the only part that can be opened. So here, I'll just click this. Just one click. Okay, so I can close this again. And I'll close the curtain. So this one is a good feature to have, although yeah, of course, since this is an added feature, you have to maintain it also, so it will be a little bit more costly than the regular maintenance without the moonroof. So that's understandable, of course, since you can enjoy the feature of the moonroof. So, yeah. So as I mentioned, obviously you have your dark interior for a more premium feel inside the Everest. So for the second row, well, this is also one of the buying points of our clients. Of course, you have a very nice ride, especially for the second row, because in other competitors, this is the complaint. But here, you have your fan speed controls, you have your 230 volts inverter, so some Type-C and USB type charging ports. And then here, your moonroof is until here, so the people in the second row can easily enjoy the moonroof. And then to get to the third row, you just do this, and then you just slide it. Okay. So very easy to get to the third row since you have your anti-slip step board, anti-slip steps. So very easy to get to the third row. So this is not tumble turn, you just slide and adjust this. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you think this video was useful, please give this video a like and share it with your friends who you think this might be useful for them. For any inquiries, you can contact me at 0936-994-6643. Thank you so much for watching.